This is a salutations. I am the Raven, and this is another LP where I'm not in the driver's seat. Behold, this is Marvel Midnight Suns. In the driver's seat, again, is Shabbat.
Yes, because we want to see how angry someone else gets about this game.
And speaking of someone else, JKLantern.
I remember the 90s. I remember the Midnight Suns, at least a little bit. I already have opinions, but let's see where this fuckery takes us.
I'm in my early 40s. I don't remember the 90s, and that's probably a good thing. Next up, and last but definitely not least, is StarprincessHLC.
I know some Marvel. Does that help?
Oh, don't worry, this game actually loves to be exposition. You'll learn things.
Oh no.
Oh god, it's that one character from every point and click that has to explain what the shit's going down.
It's content aware, Phil.
God damn it.
Phil, you're the worst.
So let's get this show on the road. And I'm going to play on normal because you get bonus stuff for going through all that. And you can, if I'm not remembering this wrong, you can change it later if you really need to.
Well, Jones, you should not be in a Midnight Suns game. You're a Captain American villain, for Christ's sake.
How much I hate this hocus pocus nonsense, Faustus. Now,
Okay,
you
that's fair.
Tell me just what the hell is so important.
Sleeping Mother, Sacred Harbinger, awaken and reclaim what is yours.
Admittedly, I'm not familiar with the comic book character of Faustus, but I thought he was just like an evil
Who prepares
psychologist.
the path for the midnight sun.
Button drop.
Turn your merciless eyes upon us and arise!
The thing I remember about the Midnight Suns is that it was called the Midnight Suns because the heroes were the Sons of Midnight.
Better yet, I'll just shoot you and save us all the trouble.
Emo's not Hydra, Strucker's Hydra. I remember Lilith was the big bad guy in the original Midnight Suns story in the 90s.
I was gonna say, why would you stick your hand in front of the bad guy?
Yeah, Hydra goons are disposable.
Like stormtroopers.
Exactly.
Literally like stormtroopers.
I'm wondering if Blizzard got inspiration from this Lilith for their Lilith.
I mean, Lilith is a thing from Judeo-Christian myth anyway, so...
But they look eerily similar.
I'm pretty sure they are pretty much descended from the biblical descriptions.
6 months later. Oh my god, Jesus!
Somebody's offended.
I can feel it, Rox.
Good.
Trouble in the air.
They're offended,
More
they're
innocent
weak.
blood joining you soon.
So during the original Midnight Sun story in the 90s, Johnny Blaze wasn't actually Ghost Rider.
Magic castle, you ain't welcome here.
It's called a sanctum. And welcome or not, this is where fate has determined the source.
In the Midnight Sun storyline, Strange was more behind the scenes. Iron Man, get the fuck out of here.
Want to know who doesn't get the fuck out of here ever?
This is the secret guardian you dragged me 5,000 miles to
God
Who's the
damn
mouth?
it!
Mr. Stark is brash, but I assure you he can be trusted.
Wait, you seriously don't
Maybe
know
it's
who I
just
am?
me, but
Fabric of
Strange
magic
and
is
Stark
shifting,
look a
Johnny.
lot alike right
The
now.
prophecy of the Midnight Sun is upon us.
Actually, you're all kind
Your
of having
last crusade
same
cost me
face
plenty.
syndrome there.
This time I intend to look after my own.
Hey pal, I don't think you understand.
I did check
Things
out
are changing. 2 + 2 no longer
a
equals
video
4.
on
Up is sometimes
tutorial
down, and
of video on
strange here
Tesla.
is actually starting to make sense.
graphics.
Do I look like someone who gives a
It's
damn
okay,
about
but
any of
not
that?
No, you look
impressive.
like you should be bouncing for the double deuce. Listen, all I know is hell's coming, and my pal here says you can help.
That's where you're wrong.
What's up,
Hell's
Ian?
not coming. It's already here. You're welcome, Robo-Man.
Like, in the comics
Iron
version
Man?
of like the original Midnight Sun story, where fuck you, Robo-Man.
It's fine. I know what he meant.
Where Johnny Blaze was no longer Ghost Rider, he did have like some slight Ghost Rider powers, and he did have the Hellfire-powered
Come
shotgun.
all the way out here, and the old man runs off with that precious page of yours. Could have at least left us some VIP passes for the carnival. Maybe blown up a few monsters on the way out.
Johnny Blaze has sacrificed a great deal for this world already. I am certain he will come around given time.
Thought you said time was.
I can already tell I would hate playing this game.
All right, let's just wrap this up. I think I've got sand in my nanopolymer weave.
So basically, here's how to play. You get 3 main types of cards. You get attack, skills, and heroics. Playing a card costs a card play, which is your main currency, let's say, for the game. That's your main way of saying how many actions you get to take. There are ways to make that a very large number at some point. Every turn, you get this refreshed. Basically, you have ability cards here that are dealt out of a deck. This is where the deck building aspect comes into play. So you click a card, then select who you want to use that card on. Attack cards have a little funky little sword symbol on them most of the time. Attack cards damage enemies. Attacks grant another currency called heroism. And some attacks have added effects like knockback or stun. So, heroism is something we gain by playing other cards, and we don't have enough heroism to play air superiority yet. Which
requires 2.
Yeah, which requires 2 heroism. And just for now, we get to pick any one target we want. It does, 5 damage there, as you can see.
Getting it done any way we know how.
The enemy has suffered an indignity.
The enemy
Nothing
has
personal.
suffered indignity.
Okay, maybe a little personal.
And if you look, it's very faint, but in the lower right corner, there's our heroism number.
Okay.
It's very hard to see. Right now, our heroism is 1. So we go,
This should be good.
we target the next guy.
He also suffers an indignity.
He suffers an indignity.
Not bad. Not great, but not bad.
Am I really gonna have to bring out the big guns for this?
I'm
Yes,
annoyed
you
that
are.
you're here. Fucking Robo-Man.
I am so glad the game did that to him.
Same.
The game does love to clown on Stark a lot.
Because he's not supposed to be here.
But did his girlfriend suck 37 dicks in a row? That's the question. So,
On Raven After Dark.
need to move the correct camera around here.
It's feeling like a 3D version of Slay the Spire.
I didn't actually select, that's why. Okay. And since it affects everything on the screen, we can't just pick an area. We actually have to pick confirm launch power.
That felt more like a War Machine attack to me. I'm just saying.
Iron Man.
No, you're not the world heavyweight champion.
And then we're out of card plays, we're out of anything else to do, so we end our turn. And reinforcements come. Another 4 enemies.
Let's proceed then.
So we have 2 different types of enemies, minions and elites. Minions have no health. They are basically goons. You do anything to them, they die. Elites actually have to be beaten down.
Okay.
So you've got to be careful. You use a high damage attack on a minion, it's kind of wasted.
That suit may be a marvel of technology, but it's no match for the mystic arts. Allow me to demonstrate.
So the Wands of Watum here
Then you take the extra
have an ability called Knockback.
Okay.
Knockback will actually do damage to anything that gets knocked back into. So you kind of select, instead of just selecting the power like you see, you get to select which way you knock an enemy into something.
Okay.
That's nice.
See, and then, because you're attacking the enemy from this direction, that's the cone you had. If I had picked him, he would have the ability to smack into either one of these 2. Also notice, see, that's a minion.
So he would die.
And this is a minion. So let's use the minion to pinball into that back elite, so to speak.
I fully intend to
I'm not
make this
thrilled
as
with Stranger's
miserable
voice
as
actor in this
possible
for
you.
some reason.
Fair warning.
Yeah. But if you look, let's pull up Blast, because that's the only other attack we can use right now. You see the HP bar above the elite's head here?
Yep.
You can see how much it will take off when you actually hit them with it.
Yep.
In this case, we can fully destroy one, or half destroy another. Let's go ahead and take one off the field.
That'll work.
Goddamn Robo-Man!
Sleep it off.
And then we have the Axe of Angarumas. And if you really want to see more, if you want to see a close-up of the card, you hit I and it does that. It just does 15 damage. It doesn't have any other special effects. And we can see the artwork all by itself if we really want to. If that's something you care about, and some people do. So let's do 15 damage to the one that can actually, take a hit.
Watch and learn.
I played Doctor Strange in attack mode.
Stay down.
Like everybody else to spare.
Really, I'm flattered, but save some for the others.
Nice of a goddamn Robo Man.
Guess we're not done
Let's
yet.
go get its smalls the next time I bring Snark out to play.
They all set their sights on me.
Goddamn Robo Goblin.
So this is telling you that at the beginning of each turn, hero icons show up above the enemy, and that will show who that enemy wants to hurt.
Now that
And
I
if
have
you
their
look,
attention, perhaps a
that one
blessing
wants
is
to
more.
attack Doctor Strange, and so does everything else in the area.
Well, I could give you a hand, or a shield in this case.
In the spirit of cooperation, I'll accept your offer. Just this once.
Don't mention it.
So we have 2 attacks with knockback here. And in this case, we can actually go... We have an ability Iron Man throws out that gives shield.
Uncle Tony's got your back.
So since they are going to attack nothing but him, he can use that shield to,
Reduce damage.
reduce some damage, yeah.
A moment of preparation.
The game's turned around.
Bonk.
I know that wasn't your signature move.
And just to actually take this guy off the board.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, he survived.
You won't wear me down that easily, fiend.
You should bring a couple more. You'll need them. I think we pissed them off. Got a spell for that, maybe?
Interesting. A spell to change the very demeanor of our enemies. Something along the lines of the psionic manipulations of Eros of Titan?
If you can't make it happen,
Star
the
Fox
next 10
doesn't
seconds,
belong
I'll
in Midnight Suns either.
I read them on in fact, Star Fox was known as Star Wing in the UK. Played it. Never beat it on easy.
Let me show you the way.
The SNES Star Fox isn't easy. It's a decent game.
So we're not going to be able to kill everything here.
Sure, why not? I bet you guys couldn't even beat the security guards in my parking garage. I don't do this for just anyone. Who designed your armor? Because it looks like junk.
So now, it's going to introduce us to the environment attacks. Objects can be used to environment. Environment attacks cost heroism, but they don't actually make you use a card play. Free attacks are useful, use them wisely to score important knockouts. So in this case we use rocks. In other environment objects, they'll glow whenever we get near them.
Arrows, maybe we should just try throwing a big rock at him?
So we're gonna rock them like a hurricane.
Yep.
I love that song!
This shouldn't take long.
I feel like Robo-Man there strained a little too hard with that rock.
Maybe.
He's clearly using his war suit.
If I'm being honest, that encounter went better than I expected.
Tony, I've been noticing a recurring gamma spike.
You see, this is
Bruce
why
Banner,
this
you
is
shouldn't
my
be in the
secret
Midnight
Bruce.
Suns either.
Localized in the West Village, converging on the
He's
sanctum.
right there.
I'll allow
Works
this.
of the universe's greatest sorcerers, and he left them underneath the takeout menus.
Can I have your helmet?
Shifting mystical polarities are wreaking havoc on my portals.
You don't say. You okay, kid?
It's complicated.
At this point, she shouldn't be a kid.
Are you?
Let's put a pin in that. Whoa.
You really shouldn't friggin' be in this game.
But really flirk and powerful.
Carol.
Bruce and I have been trying to reach you.
Yeah, they've been upping her power level in
the
the
big green
comics
guy
as
proud.
well. Which I'm not opposed to. God damn it,
I really
Hydra.
should up my homeowner's
Hail, Hydra?
insurance. Miss Maximoff, the wards of protection, if you please.
Stephen, I can fight. I've got control now.
Then show me by activating the wards. In the meantime, in honor of our missing companion, the rest of you may feel free to smash away.
Hydra Immortalis!
What?
All is well for the moment.
Nice one, Carol. Always the direct approach.
You know I don't mess around. Besides, we picked up some crazy gamma readings coming from, well, here. Guessing that explains the Hydra goons and ominous green lights.
Yes, but not while you fail.
Hydra fighting Doctor Strange feels wrong to
How
me
about we discuss
somehow.
proper hero landing etiquette after we take down the bad guys?
it's the thing about the Marvel Universe. There's so many crisscrossing, so many worlds that probably basically meant to stand alone. The world doesn't make much sense to begin with.
That, yeah.
Let's do it.
Heavy science with heavy mystical.
I gotta say, the whole
You have the
Hail
X-Men
Hydra
with
thing is
Stan
pretty stale.
pretty much by
Any
himself.
new
Really
material?
don't work well with the rest of the world.
And so, yep, here's another gimmick for you. We can redraw if we have cards that we just really don't want at the moment.
You think the guy recording Stark's lines was recording with a bucket on his head?
It's possible.
Friggin' Robo-Man.
What is Try's opinion towards Stark?
I don't remember. Have they actually interacted ever?
Which I think most of the time, whenever Stark was around, you were playing Okasan.
I know that wasn't your signature move.
And if I remember correctly, Okasan does like Stark. It's just, the feeling's just not mutual.
Yeah.
Okasan likes many people.
Does he still like Stark?
This is not true.
We're almost here. Hold position.
Does Okasan still like Stark even after he turns the occult plow?
You'll need even greater numbers to defeat me.
Okasan believes that Snark is friendship.
Next time he's throwing him off the bridge.
So now we actually do have the ability to move people around and actually position them.
That would have been useful like 5 minutes ago.
Yep,
They just remembered they could do that.
yep. You can only move so many times, but notice we can kick a freaking couch.
Kick the couch.
Don't kick the damn baby.
And we do have to be careful because we can knock people into our own people.
So you're saying Stark is going to be getting a lot of couches in his face.
He could.
Do you remember his last appearance? He was basically gunning for a fight.
My knowledge of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is
Let that
very
report be
limited.
a century old. What a waste.
And that's just barely tip of the iceberg compared to the comics.
Mm. It's like I've seen the first Iron Man, I saw Thor, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and I think that's about it.
If I had Ant-Man, we would be watching Ant-Man. I'm weirdly fond of those movies.
Not the best movies.
I can't move anymore. I can't move. I'm out of moves. Okay.
The total shifts that the first time Ant-Man movie has doesn't make for the best movie, but it's still entertaining.
Yep.
This shouldn't take long.
And I know for the second movie, the goal was, can we have one low stakes where, like, nobody dies this time? At least not until the post-credits. Bonk.
Love the effort.
Yep.
I do like the second Ant-Man film. I just felt it missed its mate going,
That's getting
oh,
old.
I know a guy and it's just like this. I agree with a sort of commenter someone like this. We need this guy doing the recap of the movies.
Yeah.
I should be used to this by now.
How do these guys just keep showing up?
They are surprisingly relentless.
Only one person in this room should be in a Midnight Suns thing.
Wards of protection.
None of the Hydra guy should be here, Captain Marvel shouldn't be here, Robo-Man shouldn't be here. I am filled with anger. This is an indignity that I am being forced to suffer.
You've had this coming. coming.
But we haven't seen a moose in the desert yet.
That is another indignity.
That's the spirit.
So, the moments of Lantern Rage are now known as indignities.
Probably.
Could be.
I thought the indignity would be every time we compare his sneezes to kittens.
Hey! That is another indignity.
Considering you have been sneezing a few times during this recording session.
And none of them sounded like kittens.
Yes, you did.
They were all too quiet to be heard.
That was something.
Like a kitten.
Okay, so let's... And this card just happens to draw us some cards we've had in the past. The last 2 attacks we used, in fact. And it gives us an extra card play next turn. The most important feature is the extra card play next turn.
Position compromised.
Although if we have
Confidence
Dr.
is high.
Strange on
We're
our
the
side,
world's
couldn't he
strongest
just
heroes, right? Doesn't it seem
possibly
like it
use
should
his
be
magic
easier?
to, like,
I've
give
punched
us
through scroll
good
star
cards?
cruisers that went down faster.
I mean,
Something's
yeah,
up.
you'd think so.
Yes,
Yes.
Hydra has clearly raised their game. And I have a terrible suspicion
Isn't
as
the
to
whole thing
how.
about having a cost for magic?
Let's see. Okay, the only thing I can really kick right now is that rock.
Why is there a random rock in here?
It's part of the rubble from when people broke through the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
And by people, I mean Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
You know, I could see. Iron Man just kicking Doctor Strange into the foes.
Whee!
I'm on it.
Interesting tactic.
That seems so wrong. They're still standing.
Yeah, they should be. I believe the term is pulp.
Type of pulp.
Impressive.
The pulpy kind.
Not the kind where she came to the office late at night.
The wards. Something's blocking them.
Not something. Someone.
Remember, man, you're not allowed to bang that.
Gozer?
Lilith.
Assuming that she
Mother
would
of
kill him
demons,
if he
harbinger
tried.
of the midnight sun. Prophecy or not, you overstep. Challenging the sorcerer supreme.
Be silent.
About damn time!
You talk too much.
I normally like Doctor Strange, but I've been finding him tiresome this game.
What just happened?
Screw you, Robo-Man. Carol, you are out of your element.
Go. No.
Okay, I'll accept this.
Transia. You remind me of my own beloved.
In virtute vishanti. Well
I will
done,
be
Miss
back.
Maximoff. Your unique energy surprised her.
Whoa.
Robo-Man, you're lowering the property values
The
here.
prophecy is in
He
motion.
had a premature
Lilith is still out
detonation.
there growing
Happens
stronger
to a lot of
each second
guys.
The midnight
Why?
sun approaches.
Define stronger.
If we are to have any chance of stopping her, there is only one option left to us.
I won't go back there.
We all must eventually face our demons, Miss Maximoff. However, one of us should remain behind to maintain the wards of protection.
Stay in the kitchen, Wanda.
On the other side.
Initially, he's leaving her behind for a very important task.
Yeah.
So it's a case of, it's not because we're leaving you behind we think you're useless. We're leaving you behind because we think you're that bloody useful.
And she doesn't want to go anyway.
Yes.
did that one on purpose.
The fabric of magic is unwinding. We are fortunate to be here at all.
And where is here, exactly?
Salem, Massachusetts. Well, a pocket dimension in Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, suburbs.
It's time to burn some witches!
Welcome to the Abbey. Home of the
Midnight Sun.
Hi, Blade.
According to them.
Blade, you absolutely should be here.
Willis Junior Demon League?
Wait, it's that jerk from TV. Which one?
I don't know enough about you, Nico, but I feel like you fit. Magic I'll allow. Ghost Rider, of course you should be here.
Which one?
I will allow any Ghost Rider. They're all demonically possessed. Or angelically possessed, depending.
You're standing
Judy
on my
Dench
flowers.
doing here?
Been a long time, Sarah.
It's caretaker now.
If I could have avoided this moment, I would, but...
Oh, spare me the speech. I know Lilith's back. We're sisters after all.
Guess we're suddenly invisible now.
That's Susan
Shall
Storm.
we chat, Stephen?
Considering Magic literally lived in a hell dimension for a while, even though she's an X-Men character, I will allow it. I will allow her.
I only hope they are.
Nico was one of the runaways, and I'm not familiar with
make
them
everything
enough.
sound so lofty. I raised my sister's only child as a
I
weapon
don't mind
against
that
her.
O'Malley does not care for your delicate sensibilities.
Save
Lantern,
the world in the
this
process.
game does not care for your
Now you
canon
want me to dig them
sensibilities.
And ask them to do it again.
I am forced to suffer indignities.
Oh, the indignities!
I am no common grave
I
robber.
got to tickle your nose.
We are simply reuniting their ethereal essence with their corporal form.
That's an indignity.
Speaking of, it would help to have a mental image for the procedure. Spare no detail. Spiritual identity theft is no laughing matter.
So welcome to the character creator.
We get male or female.
Male or female? Do we have a preference? It has exactly zero effect on gameplay, much like the costume.
I have no preference.
I'm drawing a female, but
That's one vote for female.
I'm going to roll a dice for it. Okay, odds male, evens female. It's a woman.
it's a girl.
Now there aren't, thankfully, we have a few selections, but we don't have too many.
I feel like our faces are better done than the actual superheroes.
Yeah.
I think they put a little more work into this because it is the main character.
Let's say we don't see, probably not going to see much of the main character, but at the same time, probably we are.
No, the main character is front and center the entire time you're not in combat.
Mm.
You do see the back of their head a whole lot, but still, they are there.
Yeah.
Blue, green, or brown eyes?
I'm always torn to green just because those are my eye colors.
It's true.
Let's see. Ooh, no.
No.
That's Farrah Fawcett.
Look who has a Farah. Don't you wish you
Bald.
were to God?
Buzz cut.
No, that's even worse. That's even worse.
God, she's turned into Jack.
That's Carol's.
Yeah, that was Captain Marvel there.
Mm. Never a pixie cut.
Karen.
Okay.
Karen. We can also change the hair color, so.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
No.
Still like a pixie cut. Nope.
Ooh.
No.
What is skin tone?
Maybe.
Not terrible.
No.
Look better with a skin tone.
Too much like an act to a.
You look like an evil Nazi
And
warlord.
A little bit, yeah.
Actually, I think she just looks more like a sister of Basil.
That's kind of similar to my hair, just swept up to a different side. That is very curly, my god.
That looks like my niece's hair, only darker.
The 80s called. I want the hairstyle back.
That one's definitely more like my hairstyle. There's something weird about just plain straight to me.
That looks like Arcane Griffin's hair a little bit.
And we're back to the loose ponytail.
I think that or the tousled bob are the ones for me. Not my opinion.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, let's see what hair colors we got.
We have black.
They don't look black.
I know, it kind of looks
Ugh.
bluish, doesn't it? Kind of has a bluish tint to that black, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Light brown, dark brown, black, blonde.
Too blonde.
Bleach blonde.
Red. Or auburn.
I like the way that the red and the auburn, I feel like both look pretty good.
Yeah, they don't think I like the best.
Which one?
Auburn.
Also, that changes our eyebrows color. We can change the eyebrows color independently if you want funky things going on.
Yeah, that works fine.
Do we want a beard?
No.
Maybe?
Only if she can have the most magnificent mustaches.
And unfortunately, you only have a few, and the mustache is not magnificent.
No.
That mustache goes back to the 70s.
That is an indignity.
Yeah.
That would be.
And we're suffering enough of those already.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do not name the character.
Makes sense.
The character already has the the canon
chose a
name.
name.
Light and darkness,
The name's Bob.
you who tame the night,
The name is Hunter.
hear the voice
How original.
of those who beseech
Did that come
the
in?
end.
The collar! Wait! Wake up!
Mother.
So, that's a good thing, right?
Sure.
We'll go with that.
Also, notice Stark's first reaction is to aim the guns at it.
I mean, that's his reaction to everything, isn't it?
Where is she?
As far as resurrection spells are concerned, I've seen worse. Particularly on myself.
Tony, come on. It's perfectly safe.
That thing wakes up and takes a bite out of you. Don't blame me.
Screw you, Robo-Man. Nobody wants you here.
You can't stay here forever.
There's nowhere else I should be.
Just saw that Stark guy poking around behind the mirror table.
Find me as soon as they awaken. And Blade, be nice.
Blade doesn't be nice.
Always
I
am.
say, isn't he a vampire?
Half vampire.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Daywalker.
He's an Alucard.
He is an Alucard.
In DD terms, but it was a vampire.
Yep.
Okay. So he'd be part of the Ducorpo family.
Well,
No, he won't be a Ducobo.
he's too competent.
He'd probably be more an executioner.
Yeah, makes sense.
So cold. But the air burns with every breath. Has it been so long?
God damn bright daylight.
Oh god, natural light!
Evil Daystar!
I know this place.
It looks like a gonk
In my
droid.
dreams it was always empty.
It is a tombstone.
I'm remembering a Tombstone commercial from the early
Now I
90s
sense.
now.
I am not alone.
Have to admit, Hunter, you make one hell of an entrance.
Now excuse me while I commit tax evasion.
He's a Yoshi.
Guess that makes two of us.
You should have
Is
struck
Wesley
me
Snipes a
by chance,
Yoshi?
vampire.
Questions
You will not live
that
to
deserve
regret your error.
thought.
Cute. And Caretaker told me to be nice. Relax, Slayer. I'm a friend. You just don't know it yet.
Yes. I saw you with Sarah.
What's what he does to
before.
Deadpool?
But what would she want?
He deserves
with a
it, but still, what he did to Deadpool.
Unless...
The name's Blade, and I'm no ordinary vampire. I get you've been out of commission, but I thought you noticed since we're having this little showdown under the freaking sun.
A dampier? Daywalkers were a myth even to me.
Says the half-human, half-demon monster hunter.
Who say?
And yes, you will get conversations with these various people around here, and it does affect your reputation with them.
Just like Mass Effect.
It's kind of tricky to know what's actually going to set somebody off or make them your friend, but you know, early on it's not too important.
Makes sense.
You appear quite versed in my history, Dampier.
Heard my fair share of stories from Caretaker. The legendary hunter, child of Lilith, last champion of the blood. Some call you angel, some demon. Probably a little of both. Led the Knights of Wundagore against the armies of darkness until you fell at...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
This is why they don't normally
Knights of
have meet and
Wundagore.
greets.
I can see why.
They're not a magic thing. They're the animal people the High Evolutionary
How much
made.
weirder this conversation can go. We should probably get moving.
Yet another indignity.
The prophecy is in motion. I can feel it. We have wasted too much time here already.
Cute.
Man, the others are really gonna love you.
And make a remark of having an indignity counter, but
yeah,
too
you got
many.
a new fan.
We're gonna break the indignity counter.
Yeah, it's gonna be like with the Krillin
You're up for the
own
challenge.
counter.
Chosen one.
Or like my own counter when I did ESA. But there we go. And Blade is a new hero available to take on missions. Which will make a whole lot more sense eventually. But we have finally managed to make it to an actual point where I can save the game.
Outside of the auto saves.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that officially gets us through the prologue and tutorial of Marvel's Midnight Suns. So I think this marks a pretty good spot to stop and let Lantern let all the indignities bleed away.
So many indignities.
And it's only going to get worse, man.
It's the Battletech LP over again.
Yes. And this time I'm along for the ride.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna enjoy this. Sniff a full lip, man. No, this time.
So many indignities.
All of them, and more to come.
I think with that, we should call the video.
Indeed. So I've been me, that's been them, this has been Midnight Suns with a glorious, glorious amount of indignities. Any last words for folks?
Fucking Robo-Man.
Just wait to see who else shows up.
There's one character you're going to be surprised that I allow, but it's only on a really tenuous ground.
Like I said before, this game does not care for what you allow or not.
No, it doesn't.
These indignities will not stand.
That's where we sit down. Bye, folks.
Later.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.